Hi, so in this video, I'm going to highlight some of the commonly misunderstood facts about investment clubs so that no one falls prey to them. I'm Peter Kakoma and I'm the team lead at Kanzu Code. Welcome to our channel. So, according to the Uganda Investment Authority, an investment club is a group of less than 100 people who pool their money to invest in a venture that they deem profitable. Clear enough definition, right? So still though, there's a lot of conversation surrounding how exactly these organizations are run and how they can benefit our society. And because of this lapse in knowledge, people's perceptions of investment clubs many times are a bit inaccurate. So let us know in the comments below if you've had any wrong assumptions about investment clubs and tell us what those were. But as you do that, here are 9 commonly held misconceptions about investment clubs. So number 1, investment clubs are get-rich-quick schemes. So people may have a pre-existing bias against investment clubs because get-rich-quick schemes are sometimes marketed as investment clubs. So pyramid scheme promoters and multi-level marketers, not necessarily anything against them, but many times they often target closely knit groups such as religious or social organizations, social unions, sports teams, trying to pass off those schemes as an investment club. So that sometimes drives that misconception. Number 2, investment clubs are a fast way to lose money. This view is often held by people who think of investing as gambling, really. However, most investment clubs are rather conservative in their outlook because the stakes are much higher and they affect many people. So clubs that are smart about their strategy will always make more money for their members, even if it does not happen immediately. Number 3, participating in an investment club can wait till you are wealthy. So people often think that you need to be wealthy to be an investor. But the irony is that one usually becomes wealthy through investment. So it's a chicken and egg scenario. So invest early and often to build wealth. Besides, each investment club decides its own fees, like how much people pay monthly, according to the ability of its members to fulfill the terms. And sometimes they decide to pay the same fee across the board, while in other cases, people contribute different amounts to the club depending on what they can afford, and therefore are entitled to different returns. So don't put this off. Don't wait for when you arrive, really. This is something you need to start as early as possible at the first opportunity you get when you have a group of people that you trust and that you can pull together finances to start something. Start early and start building that investment muscle because it takes time to build and you really need to start as early as you can. Number 4, you need to be an expert economic mind to belong to an investment club. However, investment clubs are actually very terrific places of learning owing to the networks they afford their members. More so, a club with, for example, just 12 members doing research is very bound to provide a much faster learning curve than if you are trying to do that learning alone. So you have 12 people who are trying to find the most effective way to invest their money. You'll definitely have much better results than if you're trying to do that solo. So that's a very key thing for you. Number 5, entrance into an investment club is by invite only. This is also not true for 2 reasons. One is that anyone can start an investment club if they so desire, provided they can mobilize the quorum and the subsequent funds for investment, and if they can stay diligent about educating themselves and their partners about the market. Secondly, one can approach the board of an existing club and ask to join the group. If there's an anonymous agreement in the membership, you'll be welcomed as a member into that entity. So you don't need to wait. Number 6, there's another misconception that everyone is honest and there's really no need for checks and balances. So even if you personally know everyone in the club, you grew up with them, you played soccer together, they sat next to you in class, it's really a good idea to install some security measures so that one person cannot run off with everyone's funds. It's not to say that that person, those people you're joining the club with, are not people of integrity. It's to say that try to make sure you eliminate the risk, really the temptation for them. I mean, make it easier for them to work in integrity by instilling some checks and balances in your investment club. Don't make life difficult for them. So things as simple as requiring 2 signatures on any check from a joint account is just one way of getting around this dilemma. Or even hiring professionals to manage your accounts. And these professionals could even just be friends, but really just adding another layer of accountability goes a long way for you. So finessed processes will dispel the myth that family and friends cannot be in business together. So you really need to lock down your processes just to make sure that whether you're family, you're a group of friends, you can be in this investment club business together. So number 7, that members will always agree to where and how to invest. The fact is that investment clubs may not necessarily always agree on the investment choices. This should not discourage anybody, because constructive disagreement and discussion yields a lot of good if it's done in a constructive way, really, not in the sense of tearing down people, but you're focusing on ideas as opposed to individuals and making things personal. So these things help the members to understand the market and make the most educated decisions for that point in time. So whatever your area of expertise, there will likely be someone else who can challenge you. And that is a good thing if it's done properly. So, someone else might know plenty more in another area, and that you might not be completely, you might be very unfamiliar with. And the fact that you people are together deciding jointly on how to invest money that you all have a stake in, if that discussion is done in a mutually respectful way, the ideas that you'll eventually step into will be much better than if you're doing it solo. So number 8, there's an unnecessary hassle. The investment clubs are an unnecessary hassle because people are better off making investment decisions alone. Also, this is not true. There's certainly group intelligence, herd mentality that can emerge in well-organized investment clubs. And one person might be an expert in planting dodo, for just as an example, while another one knows the stock market quite well. So pooled intelligence is one of the key advantages of investment clubs. Number 9, investment clubs are all business, like very serious, show up, go through the minutes, yeah, cut through the chase, look at the bottom line. However, the major selling points of investment clubs is that they actually function as a social organizations, and they can place their members within pretty enviable networks. Additionally, many of the investment clubs members tend to be social acquaintances or even friends before these clubs are formed. So meetings often happen in informal places like restaurants and church buildings. And for people who like to get together with their friends and talk about the market, talk about money, outside these other discussions that you inevitably have in all these other places that you meet, but you want a place that you can meet with your friends to speak specifically about things concerning money and growing your finances together. Joining an investment club is a splendid idea. So I will conclude by saying that it is very, very, very important to squash any misinformation about investment clubs, because once we better understand them, more and more of us will seek them out. And in the current economic climate, we cannot afford to waste any opportunity for wealth creation. Uganda's economy, like many globally, has experienced a slowdown in growth due to the severe impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, a locust invasion, flooding caused by heavy rains. Our GDP in 2020 is proposed to grow between 0.4 and 1.7 compared to 5.6% in prior years. So export, tourism, remittances, foreign direct investments, portfolio flows, all these have shrunk considerably during the second half of this fiscal year due to the international trade disruptions and restrictions on the movement of people. So because of this, we all need to give ourselves the best chances of success in our entrepreneurial endeavors. And investment clubs are a very proven way, tried and tested over many years, of doing that. For more information about economic trends, the latest in financial technology, and tips on personal finance, subscribe to the Kanzu Code channel. Hit that bell below and get notifications about our latest videos. We are dedicated to providing information to help you grow on your financial journey. So you can also follow the link below to visit our website and get even more information. So do it now. Thank you.